Hello, everybody. It's Laura Eisenhower. I am joined today by my good friend, Anya Schaefer, who is putting on some really epic conferences that I'm excited to be a part of. I'm going to read a bit about her before we get into all of this and just your background and your connection with Venus, because this is all about the Venusian spirituality. Uh, this first conference, UFOs and galactic civilizations, and it's just going to be amazing. And I know you have a very interesting background when it comes to this, but I want to first welcome you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the conversation, Laura. Thank you.
Oh yes, and it was really wonderful to meet you in person. And yeah, I really can't wait. It's going to be my first time in Germany. So Anya Schaefer is the founder of Venus Spirit, venusspirit.com. I'll put that info in the description. It's a platform that's dedicated to Venusian spirituality, higher consciousness, and planetary transformation. With decades of study and experience, she shares insights into the role of Venusians on Earth, the Venus-Earth connection, and the teachings of Omnec Onec, the ambassador from Venus. Omnec Onec has been living on Earth since 1955 and is the author of the autobiography of an extraterrestrial titled From Venus I Came. Omnec is Anya's main mentor and helped her to remember her true essence, initiated by a heart activation in 1997. She's also a conference organizer, speaker, and author, and we'll go into the conferences and the books before we close, but I just want to dive right into that. You have this incredible background. She's been on Earth since 1955. When did you meet, and how did that change your life?
Actually, I met Omnec in 1994 in through the TV because she was guided to start her teachings, to share her mission, to live her mission basically in Germany. I mean, it all began in America with Wendell C. Stevens. I think everybody who knows you knows Wendell, right? And he was the one who published her book in 1991. I'm going to show you the original book, UFO From Venus I Came. This has been published by Wendell. And this is how everything started with her coming out in America. And then she was quite quickly guided to come to Germany. And then she had people around her helping her going to public and everything. And this is when I saw her for the first time in a TV show. She gave an interview. And this was how the seed was kind of planted within me. And 3 years later, the seed was growing and I remembered her. And then I opened an esoteric bookstore in Germany. This was my wish at that time, my heartful desire to have my own esoteric bookstore. And then everything, the dots started to connect. I remembered Omnec and I wanted to read her book. And then everything really started and I invited her. I contacted the publisher, invited her to come to my place. And this was the first time actually when I was organizing something. I organized a lecture and a workshop for her. And this is how we met. And this is how it all began. This was in 1997 or 98.
Wow, gosh.
Mm.
So what stands out to you as far as her experiences on Venus, and how does that connect with other individuals that have a strong connection with Venus as well?
Well, what stands out for me personally is that I have never ever met anyone like Omnec. And I think, there are people in your life you just need once when it comes to a certain initiation or energetic impact. And this is what I experienced with Omnec because she is whether people believe her story or not is really not really relevant because it's all about energy. And what I experienced with her was this tremendous light and love that she radiated, that she brought with her. I even felt it when I was reading her book. I was just already touched in my heart and in my consciousness because it triggered memories of this life on in a higher awareness, life on the astral Venus. Omnec not doesn't talk about the physical planet Venus. She talks about the society that is still residing on the astral level in a higher level of consciousness. And this is the way she transmits this energy and this information is very pure. And she always said that the Venusians, from her perspective, the way she says it, are the ones who have kept their original essence in a very clear and pure way. So it's never been compromised. They had never wars or anything like that. They never really lost their consciousness. They kept their consciousness and their direct connection to the with the Creator intact. And this is what she brought with her, this clarity, this consciousness. Of course, her physical self is not unaffected by her physical life. She has been living among us since 1955. She's now 77 years old. She had a stroke. She has aged, of course, you know, people sometimes think, why doesn't she heal herself and why doesn't she do magic tricks with her physical self? But this is not what her mission has been. Her mission was to really live among us and to share the love and the teachings. And this is what had an immense impact on my life because it kind of opened my awareness. It helped me to find my path in this lifetime because of this remembrance.
Oh, that's incredible. How would you describe Venusian spirituality, and how is that different than other kinds of spirituality?
Well, for me, it was just enough. I never had the need or the necessity to seriously, totally, deeply dive into other teachings anymore since I read that because it is so condensed, it is concise. It's all about the Creator, it's all about soul, it's all about the history, the galactic history of humankind on Earth. Later, Omnic shared the information about the manipulation on humankind, what happened to humanity, why they lost their connection to the divine, why they went into the separation consciousness. She just brought in a very clear, calm, concise way everything that's necessary to understand the bigger picture. And of course, I love other teachers as well, and I've been reading lots of books. But in the end, it was always like I always tried to match it with what I have learned from Omnic. Does it match with that or not? And if it didn't, I was like, okay, that's fine too, but I don't care. That's enough. It was just enough.
Right. Yeah. My gosh. Her energy's, incredible.
Do you
Wow.
know her, Laura?
I've just watched videos. Um, yeah, and just what you've shared with me, you could just feel it. You can just feel it. You've given me, your books, and yeah, it's incredible. So,
And I mean, I'm mentioning that for this event, for the UFO conference, where you are coming to Germany, this is most certainly Omnic's last public appearance in Europe, in Germany, maybe all over the world ever. We don't know yet if she will ever go into other conferences anymore because in America she was not as active. It was mostly Robert Potter. We all know Rob Potter, who was organizing the Mount Shasta summer conferences, yes. So in the last years, it was in 2015 when I was in Mount Shasta together with her. Rob organized that. She was back then there in 2018, and we were there again in 23. And now Rob is he died. Yes, he ascended or he deceased, whatever he did. So he's not organizing anymore, and Omnic is not really so healthy anymore. So we are doing a lot. We are making it all possible so that she can come to this conference again. So anybody who really want to go and experience this woman personally, physically, it might be the last chance.
wow, that's amazing to know. I can't wait. What an honor and joy it's going to be at this conference. So, um, would, was she getting these insights or downloads as a child, or when did this really hit her that she was from Venus?
She never forgot it. I mean, according to her autobiography, um, she was brought to Earth as a 7-year-old child. She's not a walk-in. She did not come to a remembrance throughout her life or growing up or so, but she was brought here physically. Her story is absolutely unique as far as we know. She is the only one who is in public and who was brought here as a child with a manifested physical body. She said that she, along with her uncle Odin, manifested a physical body on Venus from the astral to the physical in a temple called Retz that is supposed to exist multidimensionally. So she said that she went there according to the masters who prepared her, invited her, asked her if she would do this mission. She's on a mission. She was sent to Earth to be a bringer of this love and of this consciousness, and of course also the other way around, to broadcast information to help humanity, because many humans, according to Omnec, were kind of stuck in their reincarnation cycles. They could not really evolve because the consciousness was so dense and so low, and many people, the souls were, they didn't know how to reach the people. And so according to what Omnec explained, she was also sent to help the Venusians, help us. And this would only be possible by living really among us, by really feeling the problems that people are going through, by understanding the mental difficulties and the manipulation and everything. And this is why she was sent with her pure, complete consciousness as a 7-year-old child, so that she would grow up among us and so that she would really know and feel and experience the difficulties that people on Earth really have. And this was just one little part of this whole transformation process of the Earth and of the extraterrestrials, the benevolent ones, how they could help humanity at all.
Ah, beautiful.
Does
So
it make sense? Yes.
yeah, oh, absolutely. Um, just wanted to, yeah, shed light on that. We've talked about that before. I just can't wait to read these books. I haven't had a chance, but I've, watched videos and talked to you. And what are her thoughts about other beings like Valthor or Victor One, and just the presence of other Venusians or people's relationship to that? Do you find that she, holds a lot of info, or is there a lot of discernment? Like she doesn't need, like what does she feel about other beings like Valthor?
Actually, it may sound weird, but she really kept herself pretty. The word isolated doesn't sound like nice, but she never had this need or necessity, or it was not part of her mission to really connect with others on other missions. She had her own mission, and plus she also had karma that she brought with her. So she had 2 husbands, she has 4 children. She was always poor. She never had money. So she was kind of really struggling her life through with lots of things. I'm the only one who ever managed her, and I'm in Germany. I'm not a professional manager either. Meanwhile, I'm a little better now that I'm getting older and with my experiences and everything. But her guidance was not bringing her so much into the public, like on being traveling around like you do with big conferences and everything. Her mission was mostly to live, to just live among us. And this is why, I think she was not even aware of Valiant Thor until somebody asked her. And this actually happened to, as far as I remember, at the Jerry Springer show. I think you know the Jerry Springer show. Everybody
Yeah.
knows it, right? So it was in 1993 when Omnec, along with her husband, he was in the audience, and with 3 of her children, her adult children. Actually, they all look like brothers and sisters because she looked so young at that time. She was so healthy and so strong. She looked like a little girl, and she had all her adult children there. And the one who was also in that show was Dr. Frank Strangers. And Dr. Frank Strangers was the contact of Valiant Thor, as maybe everybody knows. Yes. And this is
They were on
maybe,
Jerry Springer?
huh?
They were on Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had the show
Such a
on
different
YouTube.
energy from that show. That's wild. Okay.
Huh?
Gosh. It's such a different energy than what I remember of Jerry Springer. So wow.
Yeah, this
Cool.
show was really great, but unfortunately, because of the copyrights and everything, I'm not allowed to upload it on YouTube. So I don't even know I'm not allowed to publish it. I had it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel once, and it was I was almost banned. So they deleted it, and I had some just restriction for half a year or so. So I don't dare publishing it again. But if somebody knows how to do it, I can send it to them per email, and they can upload it if they find a way. But I don't dare doing it anymore. But this show was really amazing, and this is how she learned, I think, mostly about Valiant Thor and all that. But this was never her focus, connecting with other
Okay.
Venusians,
Yeah, yeah.
until Raymond came. I mean, Dr.
Right.
Raymond Keller is another Venusian, differently than her, but she met him in 2018 in Mount Shasta, and they are both like a boy and girl. They are both. She loves him to death.
Oh, it's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow. So what is it like for her to be, on Earth? Do ships hang around near her? Does she, you said that she has a communication going on, but
Yeah.
is it mostly just telepathic? Is it just
Yeah.
because she carries those codes that it's just easy? Um, can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Of course, I can only share what I learned and heard from her, because I never was allowed to witness any contact. So um, she had, I mean, she came to Earth alongside her uncle Odin. She said that both were manifesting their physical bodies together on Venus to the
Right. And
physical.
you
And she,
explain that. I didn't mean to ask the same question, but yeah, so keep going though. We'll just
And
revisit.
exactly, and he has been her only contact. He stayed on a spaceship, and he's a scientist. She always said that he stayed on a spaceship, and she said that until I think it was 2010, she had physical examinations on the craft every 7 years approximately, to be regenerated, emotionally recalibrated and healed, because of the effects of the environment of living in the physical society. It was absolutely harmful for her emotional self, physical self, for her mental self, and they healed her kind of every 7 years on a ship. She said that she was contacted telepathically, and that there was always some person who brought her then to a spaceship, and then she met Uncle Odin, and this is going to be in her new book. We just were in America. This is when you and I met in Sedona. I was in Missouri together with Tonia Madenford and Dr. Raymond Keller, and we interviewed Omnec for 2 weeks. And I'm at the moment working on this book. And this is when she explained also on one of our questions how this happened, and that she was in this special healing chamber or so, and that they recalibrated and healed her so that she could continue her life on Earth. And they discontinued these treatments at a certain point. She said one reason was that she did not want to have these special treatments anymore, that it was her decision as a soul and as a person to live her life among us without any extra treatments, and not to not be different than other human beings. And she also said that it was against the spiritual laws at some point that she would get these certain special treatments. So since then, she aged. Obviously, she had a lot of hospital stays, and she has had a stroke in 2009. And this is when, after the treatment ceased to help her on a spaceship. So she did not, they discontinued these special healing ceremonies on her on the ship. Since then, she's only on Earth, only just living her physical life. And yeah, exactly.
It's so beyond time and space what she holds. It's a different frequency, Venus.
Absolutely, Laura. I mean, everybody, irrespective whether they believe her story or read her book or not, you can feel the energy. Everybody feels the energy. She's really a bringer of love. She's just more love and light, and she's a very emotional person. So she has not the ability to she cannot overthink, or something like that. She is not a thinker. She's not a doubter. She was always a person who just knows, who just is. She's a representative of this feminine quality of just being and just existing and just knowing who she is and just creating what she needs. And yeah, she is, in a way, she is a master, and she knows that, but she doesn't say that. But I know that because I had this realization in 2016 when we were traveling in Holland. We were traveling a lot together. And somehow I just realized, people were attracted to her like bees to a honeycomb, and they were surrounding her, and she was treated like a queen, and she was never in this ego thing like, oh my goodness, I'm something important or special. No, it was just natural. People just loved to serve her, to talk with her, to sit with her, to touch her. And this is her energy that is just so loving.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh my gosh. And the resonance you feel with her and just the likeness as well. I mean, um, what did you, I guess more the question, what have you noticed, or what is she sharing about what she feels about the here and now? What do you feel like? Because I know I'm asking a lot about her, but what have you gained from what she shares in terms of the way that humanity's awakening is looking? Like, how does she process that? Is she feeling really good about it? Is she feeling this bifurcation? And you speak for you as well, but what are your thoughts on that? Just where we're at as a humanity?
Hmm.
It seems, when you come in to awaken people to the heart and to a much broader, larger picture of our galactic connections, that it's really in those that are activated are manifesting that trajectory outside of this other kind of world that humans have been indoctrinated or socially engineered into, that it probably doesn't even matter because she's not of here, but she's opening up the consciousness in order to change the trajectory. So, I mean, for me, doesn't it come down to the individual? I mean, and then when enough people awaken, as we're seeing, the world is changing accordingly. Because it doesn't sound like, there's, anything that stands out as far as events that are unfolding, or what are your thoughts?
Um,
Or is it more just the awakening to, the kind of heart and soul centeredness? I mean, that's ascension. She's an ascended being. So,
yes.
like, and I don't like predictions, honestly. I'm just more curious.
Yeah, never, Omnic never made any predictions and prophecies because she always said it all depends on you. The whole development and evolution depends on the person, the people. So the more awaken to their hearts and remember who they truly are, the more conscious each individual is, the faster the transformation goes, because the transformation process of the earth is an information that Omnic has been sharing since the 1990s. She had a huge soul journey where she was invited to participate at a Galactic Federation meeting, something like that, and she witnessed that, and this is how she received the full information that she was supposed to share with the people. So she never gave any updates, Her mission is very clear and very concise, as I said. So the first thing that she said, that she shared when she went out to public, was about her life on Venus, her life story and the history of humanity. And the second big chunk of information she received 1999, when it was about the transformation of the earth and the ascension of the planet. And she said that she was not allowed to talk about this beforehand, before it was sure that it would be successful? And she said, because it was clear that this transformation process of the earth, that the healing of the earth, that the end of the negative influence and the this negative manipulative trajectory or this path, according to her, it was decided and clear and seen this that the transformation would be successful. And this is when she was allowed, or when she was given the new mission, the new task to share this with the public. And this is how it came that she started to talk in lectures, and we published it in a book as well. I published it, the information, and she never made any updates to that. You know, people kept asking her what's new, how is everything unfolding, and she always kept saying, well, it all depends on you. Really, you know, receive the information, apply it to your life, because if it just stuck here in the mental and it's never applied to your full self, it's useless. The information is complete. It just needs to really reach you and be processed and be applied to your life. That's it. This change just makes the change, because we are the creators.
Yay. I love
Yay.
it. That's yeah, and I feel I just feel so connected with what you just shared there. People, when they glom onto, you know, predictions or something in the future, great, it's good to be prepared, but you almost lose your creativity, or it overtakes your creativity, and you lose the nowness, you lose the ability to manifest. People get very fixed on that stuff, so it doesn't surprise me. And when I asked it, I'm like, I have a feeling she doesn't go
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah. No, she doesn't. She's only in the now.
yeah, I love that. I love that. So what can you share about your journey? Anything you want to tell us about, and the inspiration behind these incredible events coming up?
Well, Omnec in 1998, as we already shared now, was kind of my starting point. Yeah, it was my starting point to open my heart and I had a full self-realization in the year 2000, meaning that I remembered being a light being soul, and um, and and I would say now in retrospect that I needed approximately 25 years to process this realization. And in 2022, I would say I got an update. You know, I had another experience, a deep spiritual experience through another encounter. And this gave this next heart center chakra opening experience like an upgrade. So another expansion. And this expansion started to put me on this path of organizing events. So these events are organized in a way through this Venusian inspiration and guidance. It's nothing mental. It's not that I decided at some point, oh, now I want to organize events or so. It's totally guided. It's totally guided from within, from the heart. So I can't say these are purely physical or commercial events or so. No, they are consciousness events. This is why I just chose to write it here in my little background. You know, it's really consciousness events for the new earth, and this is all it's in a way it's a line. It's my personal development, evolution, and the more I grow, the more I expand, the more my consciousness expands, the bigger my tasks are, because I have to also be able to deal with all that. All of a sudden, I have to handle working with people. I mean, I was quite alone for my whole life. I'm still alone, you know, I'm not married or I don't have a partner or so. I've always worked and lived alone, always, my whole life. And now, all of a sudden, through this experience, I need to be able to learn to work with people in a team and all these things, to communicate and to be clear, concise. This is so much that I have to all of a sudden learn and manage. And this is all part of this expansion process. I mean, I don't know if it makes sense, but you know, these
Absolutely.
conferences are just another expansion of my heart. So everybody who is speaking, people sometimes ask me, hey, can I come as a speaker? I'm interested, or I know somebody who would like to come too. And it's not so easy because the way I'm guided to organize these events, it's totally from intuition. It's never because somebody is famous or because somebody has a big followership or something like that, you know. And even when I invited you, when I contacted you, thanks to social media, Facebook, yes, I thought, oh, Laura is in my friendship. I feel she totally belongs to these events. And this is when I contacted you. And this is how, when you said yes, and you brought Brad in, right? And then Brad Olson is now part of the thing. And just book your flights. I mean, everybody who's listening to us, yes, they are coming. Brad Olson and Laura Eisenhower, you're even flying together. It's all so elegantly and smoothly somehow working out. This could not, I was not be, would not have been able to manage all that 20 years ago. Never, in no way.
Wow, my gosh. It's incredible. Wow. Okay, so tell us a little bit about this event. It's going to be in May. There's live streaming, correct? I'm going to put all that info in the description. And then there's the Christ Sophia conference. So tell us about these conferences. First with obviously the one in May, and then, yeah, with the Christ Sophia conference. It's at a castle, right?
Yeah.
So we'll
Okay,
start with the first one. Yeah.
the first one is we call it the Ultimate UFO Disclosure Conference. The title actually comes from our friend, our Venusian historian, Venus historian, Dr. Raymond Keller. He was here in 2022. I translated his book, Venus Rising, to German. And I had this very strong connection with him. I still have a very strong connection with him. This was all facilitated through Robert Potter. And he came up, and this is how it all began. I had my first UFO disclosure conference in 2024 with, I think, 7 speakers. Omnec was here, Ray was here. It was in a city hall, and we had 400 people all of a sudden, you know, and I was really busy. I was running sometimes. My mind was running. I could not stop running anymore. It was really a lot. All of a sudden, all these people. And yeah, and now we are having the same conference with the same speakers, but twice as many. It's doubled, so it's twice as many days. It's from May 13th to May 17th, and it is in a Hindu ashram. So the location itself is so special because it is the largest Hindu ashram on the continent, on the European continent. It's a huge event place. They have a hotel, they have an event hall, they have workshop rooms, they have a temple, and they do prayers every day, live prayers with people who are singing and playing music live. And there is a lake as well in the area. And no, directly connected, there's a lake that belongs to the place. And this makes it very special because it's not a city hall or some event location like in a hotel or so that you just rent. It is a sacred place, and you can feel the energy because these people are really dedicating their life to the divine. And they have a guru, they have a master, a spiritual master, and they are very much in this dedication to love and life and spiritual evolvement. And this whole energy is now our, you know, our host. This makes it super it doubles the impact of the UFO disclosure conference because it comes all together. It's again connecting religions, it's connecting spiritual teachings, it's connecting so many different points of views. It's all under one roof. And yeah, this is just huge in a way. Yeah. So this is the first one.
So grateful to you for just the calling that you have to do this, and how it's about the spiritual embodiment. It's about the dots connect, no compartmentalization in between disclosure and the spiritual, and that's huge. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been so wonderful to be in your energy, and I really look forward to just listening to all the speakers. I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Thank you so much for bringing me in. I'm glad that your intuition felt that. Yeah, I'll share everything in the links. I hope you'll live stream if you're not able to make it. These are going to be epic events. And wow, I love what you said about clearing the energy as well.
Mhm.
And that's what happens when we all come together and it's heart-centered, soul-centered, which is what you
Absolutely.
are doing for humanity. So thank
And I
you
can
so much.
only tell you, reassure you, Laura, so many of the speakers are really, if I ask them if there is there anybody you want to particularly see so that I don't put you in your own workshop at the same time, and they all almost many of them say, "Oh, I would love to see Laura Eisenhower." So people are really looking forward to welcoming you here in Germany and to hear you, to spend time with you. And don't forget, you are there for 5 days. You're going to have your own exhibitor table. We will, of course, provide you with a volunteer who can help you translating so that you can easier connect also with Germans who don't speak English. So I'm trying to make everything possible that you have a great time, that you enjoy this time, that you can connect with many souls, and bring your books or whatever you can, and what you cannot bring, you cannot have it, and you can have it sent to me and I take it there. So you will, and if you just need to take a break, you just go out and can maybe not swim in the lake. It's maybe too cold in May, but you can walk around. There's a round path around the lake. It's maybe half an hour or 45 minutes, and you can just go and hug a tree.
Oh, that was incredible. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. And we'll be in touch. And thank you everybody for tuning in and be a part of this energy with us. Okay, take care.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.